Hello, angels. I hope you're all okay and that all your family members are well. Welcome to lesson 3, still on our decimals, fractions, and percentages. Right, we've got the Grange Year 5 website. So it's year 5 at grange.harrow.sch.uk. Now, this is the website that your adults have access to for you to be able to email your work or your work that you're going to do. Your adults are going to take a picture and send it to us by email. And the email is also for you guys to, if you have any inquiries about the learning and the work that you need to do, you're not sure of anything, you can email us using this address. And also, if you have any questions at all relating to anything you would like to discuss, it might not have to do with the work. It could just be about anything in life, your thoughts, your feelings, whatever you feel that's happening, and you would like to discuss it with us or just email us questions, then please feel free. Okay, so now you have the email. So for today, we're going to be recapping more of what we did yesterday. So you're going to recognize and use thousands as decimal. So this lesson is more of a recap from what we looked at yesterday. Now, remember I've talked to you about some of the free websites that have amazing resources like BBC Bite Size, primary resources, and of course, Top Marks, because we use this a lot in class. So this is a great website where you can go and find games on decimals and percentages of something, as well as place value game. And this is a great one because you all know I love bingo. We've all played bingo together. So this is something that you can do with your family members as well, looking at place value bingo, as well as decimals and fractions. So this website is fantastic, not just doing the lesson. Like I said, you can use this at any point in time that you're at home, and this can include all the different members in your family as well, okay? So here's your mathematical inquiry for today, which I would like you to write in and then email it to us with that address that I showed you. So what is the link between the tenths, the hundredths, and the thousands? So what link do they have? What links the three of them together? So write that down, just jot it down, and then your adult will take a picture and then email it to us. So remember, as usual, you can pause this video at any time and go back if you're not sure of anything and you need further clarification, all right? So today we are going to be looking at, again, decimals. So what number is represented? So you've got quite a few numbers on the board in words as well. And how will we show this number using the place value chart? So how many tenths, how many ones, how many hundreds do I have? So let's start. Grab my paper. So, and here's one that I made earlier. My place value decimal grid. You have my thousands, hundreds, tenths, unit, and then my tenths, hundreds, and thousands. So the best thing to do is this. Like I said, some of you might be able to look at this and you can answer it straight away, which is fantastic. And then some of you might need to use the place value grid. And again, that is equally just as fantastic. So you use the method that suits you. But obviously, it's a lot easier if you have a grid in place. And then that way you can just write your number and then you can answer the questions easily. So 78.9. 78.9. We'll just write a few in here. 17 thousandths. 17 thousandths. So we go to the thousands column. You put 17 there. You can put 0 and a decimal. And the next one, 0.196. Oh, check again. What does that say? 0.196. Wanted to make sure. So 0.196. Okay, so let's just look at this 3. All right. So how will we show this on a place value chart? We've answered that already by writing it out like so. Voila. And then we can show it out on the place value chart. How many ones, how many tenths, and how many hundreds do I have? So for 78.9, how many ones, which are the units, I have 8. How many tenths? I have 9. Okay, and for the next one, 017, that's your 17th hundredths. I've got the 100ths, and I've got 7 in the thousandths column. And then the last one, 0.196. I've got 1 in the 10th column, and I've got 9 in the hundredths column, 6 in the thousandths column, and nothing in the units column. So you see how easy it is once you put the numbers in the place value grid. It's very easy to read, okay? So pause this video right now, and then you can fill in the rest for yourself. Okay, so this one where it says 2.015, how many thousandths do I have, and how do I record this as a mixed number? So the first thing we need to do is obviously write the number in our place value grid, 2.015. So 2.015. Okay, so that's the number. And then it says, how many thousandths do I have? So you look at the thousandths column and you have 5. And then the question was, how can I represent this as a mixed number? So if you remember, we discussed this quite a few lessons back where, and also yesterday I mentioned this as well, numbers to the left of the decimal are all whole numbers, and numbers to the right of the decimal are fractions, the part numbers. So here we can write this. I'll use this paper. So we have 2 in the units column. So that will be 2 whole. And then we have 0, 1, 5. So this is in the thousands column. So that will be 2 whole. And we have 0, 1, 5 over 1,000. Yes. So that's how you represent it as a mixed number. All right. Again, pause the video at any time if you need further clarification, okay? Now, the next one, it says, write these numbers in 3 different ways. So I have started already. We can do the first one together, and then you can pause the video and try the next 2. 0.472. So again, let me just draw a line underneath so I can still use the same place value grid so I don't have to waste paper. Okay, what does it say? 0.472. 0.472. So it says to represent this number in 3 different ways. So obviously the first one is 4/10ths, 700ths, and 2 thousandths. So that's been represented in words because we have 4/10ths, 700ths, and 2 thousandths. So it's been represented in words. The next one, we're going to represent it as a fraction. So I've started already. 4/10ths, so that's 4 over 10. Here we go. That's 4 over 10. And this will be, which column is this in? That will be 7 over 100. And then this will be 2 over 1,000. So there, we've represented it as a fraction. And then the next bit, we represented expanded form. So that's 0.4 plus. So again, you go back to your paper. 0.4 plus 0.07 plus 0.002. So that's another way to do it as an expanded form. So that would be 0.4 plus 0.07, because we're writing the number in the next column, 0.07 plus 0.002. 0.002. Okay, so pause the video and you can try 0.529 and 0.37 and represent them in 3 different ways. Now with this one down here, in the number 2039.876, what digit is in the tenths column? Okay, I know you can work this out easily, again, by putting in the numbers in your place value grid. But I wanted you to be very careful because this one says tenths, which means that we're looking at the numbers after the decimal, and this one right here says tens. So we're looking at the numbers before the decimal, which comes in the whole number section. Good, I can hear you say that. So be very careful when you look at these type of questions, not to just look at it and like, oh yeah, that says 10, and then you write in the wrong digit. Yeah, make sure you read it. Tenths, it's got the THS at the end, which tells you that it's a fraction and it comes after the decimal. Okay. Right, so next one. Change the following decimal numbers to fractions or mixed numbers. Reduce, that means simplify your answers if possible. So I would like you to try this one and then email us your answer, but we're going to do number 1 together. So let me grab my paper. So here we go. Again, you just need pen and paper for this task, and then that way so you can draw your place value grid. So number 1 is 0.25. So let's see, 0.25. Okay, so we look at it as, again, change the following decimal numbers to fractions or mixed numbers, and then we'll simplify if possible. Sometimes it won't be possible to simplify, but where you can simplify, you simplify. So we're going to try one right now. So we've got it as a decimal. Now we need to change it into a fraction. I'll use the same paper. So as a fraction, we don't have any whole number. So that will be 25 over, what's the number here? Hundredths. So that will be over 100. And there you go. That's a fraction. Now we can simplify. Yeah, so simplify. When you're simplifying, you just need to find a number that goes into both of them without any remainders. So looking at this, we know that 25 goes into 100, but we just need to find out how many times. So we know that half of 100 is 50. So 100 divided by 2 is 50. So we know that half of 100 is 50. And then we just need to do 50 divided by 2. So what is half of 50? 25. Okay. And how many 50s are there in 100? 2. And how many 25s are there in 50? 2. So these are the numbers that we want. 2 plus 2 makes 4. Okay, so that's 25 divided by 25 in itself. It goes in once. And then how many times does 25 go into 100? 4 times. So we've simplified it. We've made it smaller, which means 25 over 100ths is the same as a quarter. So that's what we mean by change it into a fraction and then simplify where possible. So we need you to do this, answer it, get your adults to take a picture, and then email us the answer. All right? So next, you go to the link, and that's where you find your task for the day for this lesson. And of course, as usual, I've left you word problems extra as well. So you can do this first, or you can do the task first. And then email it to us, and then we'll go from there. So remember what I said at the beginning. Let me show you the email address again. year5@grange.harrow.sch.uk. And email us not just your work, but any questions you have with regard to the learning or anything else you'd like to discuss. Okay? Take care.